Welcome to the June 20th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling ThrowDown. I'm one of your hosts, Caleb Black, my co-host, Luke the Big Dog Williams, alongside with our in-studio producer, Max Fury. Over the recent week, a new movement giving the safe space for victims of sexual assault in the wrestling business to come forward has started. You can find more information by Googling the hashtag #SpeakingOut. We decided that we wanted to address this head-on because it's going to be a very prevalent issue and it's going to cause ramifications across the wrestling world for weeks to come, and we're not going to bury our heads in the sand with this one. Pro wrestling is a safe space for fans as well as performers. And while issues like this shouldn't exist anywhere at all, ever, they should absolutely not exist in the business of professional wrestling. Multiple stories of people using their clout, using their positions, using their ability to politic in the locker room to abuse men and women, or women and men, sexually, being emotionally and physically manipulative and abusive. We are speaking out and letting all of our fans know that we stand with the victims. We also do believe in due process. We believe that those who are being accused should have the ability and the right to defend themselves against their accuser, because that's how the system works. We are not saying we are negating the call that a victim will make, because we stand in solidarity with them. We will give you the news as it comes every single week regarding releases, regarding allegations, regarding victims who have been strong enough and brave enough to come forward. We will continue to provide full recaps of professional wrestling events, including names that have been mentioned that have yet to be proven or convicted. That is simply the nature of what we do. We consider ourselves in the business of being informative and opinionated about the wrestling world, so we're not going to omit those details. And again, we reiterate, we stand with every single person who's made an allegation against any single human being. But we do believe in presenting each show in its entirety, and we're not going to not give the people who are being accused an opportunity at least to issue their apologies, to make the personal changes they deserve to make, to make gratuity for the people that they've hurt, for that they've harmed. Because if we completely remove them from this platform, we then negate a piece of that opportunity for them. We believe in the absolute punishment to the fullest extent of the law and the social atmosphere that wrestling provides for anyone who is guilty of this insane, brutish, awful fucking behavior. Period.
It's the black mark on the business now as a whole for those who are accused, those who are doing the accusing. These people will have to live with what they've done or what they haven't done. I mean, we can't say what's true and what's not true, but until of course, proven otherwise. But it leaves a black mark on the professional wrestling business that we've called home for. Well, I've called home for 12 plus years. It's sad to know that something like this is taking place, but there is a silver lining that people are coming forward.
Yeah.
That justice hopefully will be served. It's just all in all, it's disgusting that we even have in this day and age have to
reiterate that this is unnecessary behavior.
It goes against anything I've ever learned in my life. I'm sure you agree. I can't believe that this kind of stuff even takes place in this business, but I mean it takes place everywhere.
Every single day.
It is unfair. It's unjust, and hopefully in the end justice will be served.
We stand for the Speaking Out movement. We do not condone the abuse of your power, your position, your ability to take something from someone that doesn't fucking belong to you. And it makes you a bad person. And I say that like I'm getting emotional because there are people on this list that I fucking idolize in the business when I was a wrestler, as a fan before I was a wrestler, and now that I'm not a wrestler full time and I do this, there are people on this list that I know personally. And that's the thing that kills me. That's the thing that hurts me. And there are heroes of mine that I've had forever that are on this list. And I hope and pray that maybe somehow that dignity can be redeemed. But if not, fuck them.
I think the saddest part of this whole thing is that this is just beginning. I don't see it getting any better from here. I really don't.
Nope.
I think that within the next few days, the list is going to probably triple, which is sad. But I mean,
And hopefully
let's
the
be real
ramifications
here.
triple as well.
And there's no telling where this is going to go. There's no telling who's going to end up being added to this list.
Yeah.
I hate. I'm just being real. You know, I mean, I can sit here and I can be like, it's probably, over, but that's not doing them any justice. Or
And nor should it be over. Root them all out. Root every single one out. Root and stem.
And, if found innocent, that's awesome. I mean, it's a shame that somebody would false accuse somebody of anything like this anyway. But, yeah, like I said, I hope justice is served to those who are guilty, and, justice is served to those who aren't.
Yep.
I mean, that's really we could probably talk about this all day. I'd rather not. I'd rather go back to this show's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be your fun for the week.
Weekly escape to watch two fat guys and their skinny friend talk about wrestling.
Unfortunately, for the past couple episodes of this show, they've kind of went in kind of a darker tone because, I mean, that's the world we're living in. It's unfortunate, but it's real life.
Yep.
That's our job. We're here to report the going on
in the wrestling world.
We stand. Usually we don't take sides but this is something that we feel here for.
We take sides personally. Let's reiterate that we don't like to use this platform because we don't want to alienate anybody.
Yeah, here at Pro Wrestling ThrowDown, we feel like this is something that we have to publicly take a stance on.
Yes, we will continue to try to bring the wrestling news with as much of an unbiased report as possible.
We want to remind you too that our email's always open, our Facebook's always open. Our comments are always open. If you have a story to tell and you don't feel brave enough, or you just need to talk to somebody, we'll be your platform.
We'll tell your story.
We'll stand up for you. We'll speak out, because that's what we're doing right now.
As always, you can send us an email, prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Can write us on Facebook.
Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ThrowDown.
We're always, send us a message on there. We always respond almost immediately. We're pretty good at getting things right away.
Yeah.
You can also, if you feel confident enough, you can always leave a comment about it where people can, read it. Or, of course, I'm guessing a lot of people have a hard time putting their names on stuff like this. But yeah, be sure to reach out. We listen. We're good listeners. And if you need someone to tell your story, we will tell your story.
Like we said last week, we stand together.
We're here for you.
Stay tuned for what's news in wrestling.